I am Ian Riñon, an independent alternative media practitioner among other things. This is a very special edition of Brewed Banter, so tara, kape tayo. And pagpasensyaan nyo na kung may mga background noises dito sa lugar na to. This is actually kapihan sa bukid, sa Vermosa. Nagbiglang live na rin ako dito sa Facebook. At ililink ko na lang sa description sa baba kung hindi nyo pa napapanood. Tapos a few weeks ago, linggo ulit ngayon, kaya kung kailangan nyo magsimba, tanggalin ang helmet. So that's that. Anyway, so last Friday was 11/11, the 11th of November 2022. Now, a lot of people in the Philippines know this as a shopping holiday of sorts, dahil nga yun lang ang alam nila na 11/11. Pero there's another 11/11 that I think Filipinos, sorry, yung kamay ko nagayan dyan, Filipinos have to remember, and that is the end of World War I. On the 11th hour of the 11th month of the 11th day, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, the guns fell silent on the Western Front, and a lot of people fell from both sides. I have to tell you, mga kabayan, war is hell. Nobody wants to go to war. And certainly, those who died during the Great War, they really don't want to, but their nations have told them to fight for their country. So, yun lang naman yun. Now, it is such a shame na hindi alam ng mga kababayan natin na ang 11/11 ay hindi lang Singles Day, and honestly, it's a Chinese holiday, for crying out loud. For me and for a lot of people who are into history, specifically military history, 11/11 is Armistice Day or Remembrance Day, or the Sunday nearest it would be Remembrance Sunday, lalong-lalo na sa London or in the United Kingdom. Remembrance Sunday yan. I think the British Embassy here in Manila is also having a remembrance service or a Remembrance Sunday service in an Anglican church in Makati. Yun yung pinakamalapit sa embassy nila. And I just think we Filipinos have to recognize the very few war veterans, or the very few First World War combatants who served under the United States in the last few years of World War I. Dalawa lang sa kanila ang na-identify sa ngayon, and we are very lucky that we only have around 60 Filipino soldiers under the American flag back then who fell on the Western Front. The most famous of them is Tomas Claudio, a native of Morong in the province of now the province of Rizal. The circumstances about his life and death was that he was a promising serviceman. Kaya lang life got in the way at kailangan niyang umalis ng Pilipinas para makapagtrabaho sa Hawaii. When the war broke out and when the United States entered the war in around 1916 to 1917, Claudio was one of the first to volunteer. And it just so happened that during the final weeks of the First World War, he died. Originally, he was buried where he fell in France. Pero nung na-identify na si Tomas Claudio pala yung nandun, the American government here in the Philippines have decided to bring his body home. At kalaunan, nilibing siya sa Manila North Cemetery. I really hope that once na-upgrade ko na yung bike ko, makapagpadyak ako sa papuntang Maynila on 11/11 para makapagpugay sa kanya. And honestly, mga kababayan, we don't just remember Tomas Claudio and everyone else and every Filipino who fell during the First World War. I just think na there should be a public holiday called Tomas Claudio Day in his memory, and siguro in extension lahat ng mga tao na naglilingkod sa bayan natin na naka-uniforme, whether they are rendering military, police, coast guard, or coast guard or other uniformed services. I think this is a very specific holiday, or at least a commemoration for all these people. Kasi yun nga we just have to remember these guys because they basically took an oath to the flag and to the country, at they are the ones who are taking the bullet for us. So as a sign of respect, I would like to thank servicemen past and present for what they have done and what they're doing right now. Thank you for your service, at sana mag-ingat po kayo sa duty ninyo. And to the fallen, we will remember them. Cheers. And yes, kahit dito, nagkakapimbara ako din ako kasi yun talaga ang pinakamasarap. Once you go that route, wala nang balikan. Anyway, I think I've already said my piece, and bago pa mag 8 minutes to, I'll cut this here. So with all that said, this is Intrepid Ian Riñon reminding you to at all times be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Until then, look alive, stay alive, be kind to yourself to each other, ride safe if you're a cyclist, and as always, thank you for watching. Shoutout nga rin pala sa Solid Ciclista Cavite kasi pumunta ako sa event nila, and eto tumatambay na lang kami. From here in Capian sa Vermosa, see you next time. Ian out.